tell me about their expectations from the UN General Assembly, where the Prime Minister will address in less than 24 hours from now. Okay, so just to tell you a little bit about where we are, Abhay, if you can just show our viewers in India where we are and what we're debating. We're at the Times Square, and we've been having a fantastic debate in the last 2 hours, and we've been talking about the different aspects of what to expect from the Prime Minister's speech tomorrow. Joining me on this live broadcast, we're live in India, 9 p.m. in India, and I'll start from my right. I have Dr. Rabinder Kaul, who's a Kashmiri Pandit in New York, joining us live. And to his left is Dr. Nirmal Mattu, who's the chairman of the Indo-American Arts Council. Also joining us live on the broadcast this evening is Tariq Fatah. Tariq Fatah is very, very popular, and he's been very passionate and animated in the discussions that we've had this morning here in India, in New York, and evening in India, and we'll tell you all about what happened. We'll show that, by the way, at 10 p.m. That entire chat will be broadcast at 10 p.m. India time. Okay, to his right is Digambar. Digambar is a technocrat and an entrepreneur here. He's joining us live from New York. Mr. Sufi Lagari, head of the Sindhi Foundation of America, is joining us also live from New York. By the way, Tariq Fateh and Mr. Sufi Lagari will be hosting a special event at 2 p.m. India time, 2 p.m. New York time, and it's a 2-hour fantastic conversation. They have a superb lineup where we will be live as well, where the ambassador to Afghanistan will be present, I'm told. She will be coming. Okay, perfect. So I'll start with you, Mr. Lagari. The Prime Minister will be speaking at the UNGA tomorrow, and we're live, and I'm going to keep it short so that I'll hand it back to our studio so that their discussions can continue. What are your expectations when the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Modi, speaks at the UN General Assembly tomorrow?
I think if he speaks truthfully, then he must speak about the Sindhi people. Of course, he's going to speak about the Indian people, about the India and everything. But our people are anxiously waiting in the Sindh, because over there is the fear by ISI, by Pakistani military. They created already a big fear. So only hope in the Sindh is Prime Minister Modi, outside of the Sindh. So I hope he will speak about the Sindh issues in the UNGA.
Let me tell you, a lot of people are watching this live, including people in power, and they are hearing every word that you have to say. Digambar, what's your expectation?
So as from the NRI community, our expectations is that, Prime Minister already giving NRI community much importance than ever before. At the same time, we are expecting Prime Minister to make sure that build up to the whatever the expectation that we have set forth in the Houston Have the Modi event. And after that, Prime Minister will be taking all our NRIs communities issues and our things, and I'm sure that he will be taking our priorities at the same time.
Mr. Tariq Fateh, you've been very passionate about your views this cool Thursday morning. He just had an ice cream. He had an ice cream just before coming up, climbing these steps. And it cooled him down. He was very, very, very passionate. I don't want to say agitated, but he was very passionate. But I want to tell...
being polite.
No. I want you to tell our viewers in India your expectations from the Prime Minister's speech tomorrow.
I think the Prime Minister of India knows better than all of us as to what to say. However, I would hope that the Prime Minister of India tells the rest of the world that we are facing a real present danger from the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, and that it's a nuclear power in which we cannot even trust the people who have their hands on that button, and the sooner the rest of the world declares Pakistan as a state sponsor of terrorism, the easier it will be to solve the problems that are confronting all of us 18 years after 9/11. It was in this city that tragedy happened. The mastermind of that is Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, a Pakistani still in Guantanamo Bay. But above all, if the Prime Minister of India can mention the fact that Pakistan is occupying an independent state called Balochistan, and that Sindh is part of India's national anthem, and it is from Sindh that the word Hind comes from. India comes from the Indus River, Mohenjo-daro. All of this is Indian. So even if it is in Pakistan, Hindustan has a claim on it because it is our civilization for the last 10,000 years. People at the United Nations need to know India is no more a recipient of foreign aid facing famines. India is the inheritor of the only ancient civilization that is alive, the only land in which there are 29 languages, in which there are 6 religions, and in which a Muslim can be a president and celebrated and loved by all. This is India. India is not what Pakistan and its well-paid lobbyists in New York say.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a point well made. Mr. Mattu, 30 seconds if you can tell us. 30 seconds, what are your expectations?
First of all, I want to extend greetings to everybody. It's a beautiful day here.
Yeah.
You know, India has come a long way. It has become a powerful, big economy. So it has to act like a big boy in Big Boys League. And it has to talk about what its immediate problems are and immediate places that it should pay attention. That is Southeast Asia. We have to emphasize that Pakistan is a terrorist state. Every terrorist comes out of there or is trained there, and the world has to recognize that. And they are exploiting their own people and making them terrorists and developing terrorism there, and that has to be addressed in the United Nations. Everybody has to become aware of what a dangerous country Pakistan is. Pakistan and terrorism are synonyms. You know, you can change it for each other, the words. So I hope the Prime Minister shows what India is, which everybody more or less recognizes now in all newspapers, and also makes sure that it brings forth all the problems that we have in Southeast Asia and the world.
Yeah.
This is going to, what Pakistan does is spilling all over the world. And we want to help Pakistani people. We want to help Baloch, we want to help Sindh, we want to Gilgit area, and these people are yearning for freedom, for equality, for that they can excel. They want to have a voice. And
Mr. Kaul, 30 seconds. I have to hand it back to our studios in Mumbai. Quickly, what's your expectation?
I expect that Prime Minister Modi will make people realize, United Nations realize, the kind of threats India is facing from Pakistan. And not only Pakistan, not only India is facing, but rest of the world is facing, because of the promotion of terrorism, etc. And therefore, why it was necessary for India to take the steps it took in Jammu and Kashmir in order to curtail the effect of the terrorism on the local people and also bring progress and the prosperity to the people of India.
We have a longer conversation.
We have Kashmir also, we have Kashmiri Pandits. So this, whatever has happened, is going to liberate Kashmiris, is going to give Kashmiri Hindus and Muslims equal chance to develop, and it's going to give all India a sense of freedom, sense of equality, where everybody can expect is genius. You know, they can do what
absolutely.
they want.
I'm handing it back to you, and we have a longer conversation, a very heated conversation. It's coming up at 10 p.m. from Times Square in New York. I'm handing it back to our studios in Mumbai.